Once upon a time, nestled in the picturesque countryside, there lay a small town called Willowbrook. It was known for its charming beauty and tight-knit community. However, beneath its idyllic surface, a deep-seated feud simmered between two prominent families, the Kingsleys and the Harrisons. For generations, the Kingsleys and the Harrisons had been embroiled in a bitter rivalry. Each passing year only fueled the flames of animosity, as tales of perceived wrongs were passed down from one generation to the next. The townspeople had become accustomed to the tense atmosphere, wary of any interaction between the families. Amongst this backdrop of division and animosity, a young man named Ethan grew up, inheriting the anger and resentment that had consumed his family. He listened to tales of injustice, revenge, and the glory of seeking retribution. Fueled by these stories, Ethan left Willowbrook determined to avenge the perceived wrongs committed against his family. Years passed, and Ethan's journey took him far from his hometown. He encountered diverse cultures and witnessed the destructive consequences of holding on to hatred and seeking revenge. The weight of bitterness began to crush his spirit, and he yearned for liberation from the chains of anger that bound him. Ethan realized that true strength lay not in seeking vengeance but in finding the courage to forgive. He understood that forgiveness was not a sign of weakness but a sign of immense bravery and resilience. Determined to break the cycle of hatred that had plagued his family and the town of Willowbrook, Ethan decided to return home. As Ethan set foot in Willowbrook once again, the townspeople whispered in hushed tones. Rumors spread like wildfire, each passerby curious about his intentions. Despite the whispers, Ethan remained resolute in his pursuit of forgiveness. One crisp autumn day, as the leaves painted the town square in shades of gold and amber, Ethan noticed an old man sitting on a weathered bench, lost in thought. It was Mr. Johnson, the aging patriarch of the Harrison family, the very family Ethan's own had regarded as their enemy for years. Summoning his courage, Ethan approached Mr. Johnson, his heart pounding in his chest. "Sir," he began, his voice steady but filled with sincerity, "I've returned to Willowbrook seeking forgiveness. I want to put an end to the feud that has plagued our families for far too long." Mr. Johnson looked up, his eyes clouded with sadness as if carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. A flicker of surprise crossed his face, followed by a glimmer of hope. "Forgiveness," he echoed, his voice laced with both skepticism and longing. "It's a difficult path, young man. Are you prepared for the challenges it brings?" Ethan nodded, determination shining in his eyes. "I understand that forgiveness is not easy. It takes strength and courage to let go of past grievances. But I believe it's the only way we can break free from the chains of hatred that have bound us for so long." Moved by Ethan's words, Mr. Johnson agreed to listen. And so, they began their journey of reconciliation. They met regularly, exchanging stories and perspectives, seeking to understand the pain they had caused each other's families. It was not an easy path, for wounds ran deep and trust was scarce. Word of their meetings spread throughout Willowbrook, and soon others joined them in their quest for forgiveness. Deep-seated animosities were laid bare, wounds were exposed, but they were also given the opportunity to heal. The town slowly started to mend, as forgiveness became a contagion spreading from one heart to another. The healing journey was not without its challenges. Some townspeople clung to their grievances, unable to let go of the pain that had defined them for so long. But Ethan and Mr. Johnson remained steadfast, leading by example, and offering support and understanding to those struggling to forgive. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, the burden of their ancestors' grudges began to lift. Walls that had divided the town crumbled, replaced by bridges of understanding and empathy. The townspeople realized that the feud had never served them well, it only bred more sorrow and bitterness. Gradually, the inhabitants of Willowbrook discovered the power of forgiveness within themselves. They recognized that forgiveness did not mean forgetting or condoning the past, but rather choosing to let go of the pain that held them captive. They learned to see their neighbors as fellow human beings, flawed but deserving of empathy and compassion. The transformation of Willowbrook did not go unnoticed by neighboring towns and cities. News of the once deeply divided community finding common ground and healing spread far and wide. Strangers visited Willowbrook, hoping to learn from its newfound harmony and apply those lessons to their own lives. Ethan's journey had not only changed the course of his own life, but it had also impacted the lives of countless others. The once divided town of Willowbrook had become a harmonious community, a shining example of what was possible when forgiveness was embraced. It had proven that forgiveness was not an act of weakness, but rather a testament to the indomitable strength of the human spirit. Generations passed, and the legacy of forgiveness continued to thrive in Willowbrook. The town's annual Harvest Festival became a celebration not only of the bountiful harvest but also a commemoration of the power of forgiveness. People from all walks of life gathered, not only to enjoy the festivities but also to share their stories of forgiveness. They reveled in the collective spirit of unity and understanding, knowing that their town had become a living testament to the transformative power of forgiveness. Ethan became a respected leader in the community, a reminder that forgiveness had the power to change lives. He dedicated himself to teaching others the value of forgiveness, speaking at schools, community events, and even conferences. His message reached far and wide, inspiring individuals to let go of their own grievances and seek reconciliation. Through Ethan's efforts and the collective will of the townspeople, Willowbrook flourished. The town council implemented programs that promoted empathy, conflict resolution, and forgiveness in schools, workplaces, and community organizations. Workshops and support groups were established, fostering an environment that encouraged open communication and understanding. The ripple effect of forgiveness extended to neighboring towns and cities. Willowbrook became a hub for scholars, researchers, and experts in conflict resolution. Collaborations with universities and organizations brought resources and expertise to further advance the principles of forgiveness. Willowbrook became a living laboratory for studying the long-term effects of forgiveness on individuals and communities. The legacy of forgiveness also touched the younger generation. Children in Willowbrook grew up witnessing the power of forgiveness firsthand. They were taught the importance of empathy, compassion, and resolving conflicts peacefully. They understood that true strength lay in the ability to forgive, and they embraced these values as they navigated their own lives. As the years went by, Willowbrook became a symbol of hope, resilience, and unity. Its reputation as a place of forgiveness attracted visitors from all over the world, eager to experience the transformation themselves. They marveled at the serene beauty of the town, unaware of the years of pain that had been overcome. In the end, the small town of Willowbrook proved that forgiveness was not only a sign of true strength and courage, but also the key to unlocking a future filled with harmony and love. And so, it stood as a testament to the power of forgiveness, reminding the world that even in the face of deep-rooted animosity, there was always a path towards healing and unity. Willowbrook's story continued to inspire generations, its name forever etched in the annals of history as a beacon of forgiveness. The townspeople never forgot the lessons they had learned, and they passed them down to their children and grandchildren, ensuring that the spirit of forgiveness would endure for centuries to come. And so, the small town of Willowbrook thrived, not because of its wealth or resources, but because of the strength and courage of its people, the strength to forgive and the courage to seek a better path. And in their collective forgiveness, they discovered a unity that transcended the past and embraced a future filled with hope and harmony.